Well, you are in Bombay Sapphire Lounge in collaboration with Yinka Laura, who's myself. So you're looking at a range of AR artworks inspired by my cultural heritage, which is British-Nigerian. And what you're seeing here is me sort of telling stories based on memory of my artwork, which is fed into this algorithm, and then it kind of projects out a new narrative based on what you fed it. So this is AI. I'm still a dummy, in all honesty, with this whole process. But from what I can remember, I was talking to a guy called Marco. He's like the kind of technical guy at Happy Finish. He's been working with me on the AI. And what happens is that basically you feed this algorithm, your image, my artwork, and also Bombay Sapphire's images as well. Feed it into this algorithm. It then remembers the colors, the shapes, everything based on those images. It then tries to remember all of that information and then feeds out a new body of artwork. And then this is what you see today. So basically it's a kind of amalgamation of my narrative and Bombay Sapphire's images as well. And it's just a new way of sort of telling stories and a new way of kind of creating memories and telling stories. So yeah, that's for me in a nutshell how I would describe it, yeah. Simplest way. Yeah, in all honesty, I was actually blown away. It's the first time actually being in this space today. And yeah, for me it was actually quite overwhelming, sort of seeing my work in a sort of different context. So yeah, it's the sort of first time working like this. So, and I think it's going to be a new way of working for me in the future actually. So I will do a lot more actually AR artworks because my work is very much about storytelling, also very much about memory. So the fact this kind of system and this sort of technology is using memory and in a really kind of technical way, for me is quite fascinating. So yeah, I'm like really excited, and also excited to see how people react to the work as well. Because it's not just a static image; it's actually moving images. So you try to actually understand the kind of narratives in this image that you're sort of looking at in front of you, which is nice, Black Orchid.
I like Tom Ford.
Do you wear Tom Ford?
No, I wear Lavabo.
That's not right, yeah. You ready to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because I grew up in London. I was born and raised in London, and my parents are Nigerian. So for me as a kid, my parents would go to Nigeria and sort of tell us stories based on their memory. So as a kid, you're trying to understand this country, this nation, coming from your parents. But you're born in London, so you sort of feel like there's something missing as part of your culture. You have British, which is great, and you also have Nigerian. So for me, it's always about trying to retell my narrative and my story based on my memory. And it's probably memories of me going to parties in Nigeria, parties in London, surrounded by people who are from, Nigeria or West Africa, but have dual nationalities. I think for me it's quite powerful, and so also it kind of, for me, it kind of gives me that power, to kind of tell stories in my work, and not everyone has two cultures, So I think for me it's important that I celebrate, my cultural heritage, through colour and through my memory. Yeah.
And it's so interesting when it's come to this. It's like that.
I know, yeah,
arc, isn't it, really?
Yeah. It's not what I expected during the whole process, but for me, it's been a huge learning curve and huge. I've learned lots, during the whole process, and I've sort of went away and read about AI and understood, actually what does it actually mean. And yeah, I think again, I said I'm looking to use it a lot more in my practice, and maybe like do something. Maybe more like larger on a larger scale as an installation maybe next year.